Hello everyone and welcome to Make Your Mind. This is the video that all of you, all now over 200 of you, hopefully have been waiting for. This is the final part to the Gargantuan Leviathan sculpture. It's done. I actually have it right here, just underneath the camera frame, and I figured I'd put some epic music on. Oh my gosh, I thank you all so much for your patience. I had to do a couple of changes to it, and essentially I had to make it longer to make it work, just so that it looks a little bit more to scale. But just to tell you, before I show it to you, this thing is, the scale of this model that I have right under here is 1 to 1,650th scale. Because the actual creature in the game is 6,561 feet long. That's about the equivalent of 2,000 meters. And it's truly insane, because this is just sitting at a little over 54 inches. I have it snaking along this piece of wood right here. But without further ado, let me go ahead and if you haven't heard the sounds of what this creature is going to sound like, as I reveal the sculpture, you're going to hear the roars of this creature from the background. This is sounds directly from Simon Chilinsky. And here we go. Without further ado, meet the Gargantuan Leviathan. You all thought I was kidding when I said this thing was going to be big. I didn't really figure out how I'm going to film the whole thing. But here it is. I got the body completely done. I got the 3 sets of 6 fins. Now, mind you, I want to preface this. I made this entire thing by hand. I didn't use a single... Well, actually, I used one tool. I used this. And that was to poke the eyes so that I can get the eyes in the sockets. Other than that, this entire thing I made by hand. Look at this thing, man. This thing looks so awesome. I hope you all are enjoying this. I'm going to make this video much longer than it normally would. I just got to give a shout out to everyone who is tuning in. And also a shout out to the 7,500 views that I got from the last Gargantuan Leviathan. Let's blow those view numbers out of the water. I would love to see even double that with this, because this thing is triple the size of the first Gargantuan Leviathan sculpture I made, and this thing has so much more detail. As I'm panning it past the camera, I can't help but reminisce that this thing is basically like the Spaceball 1 of sculptures. It's so huge. But I have it snaking along this piece of wood. And then the one detail I changed, you see that? See that towards the end there? I put a little red tail, little tassel on the end of the tail. Kind of like the Shadow Leviathan, because the way this looks, it's very similar to the Shadow Leviathan. And by the way, just to show you also, underneath of this sculpture is an entire black and blue underbody that goes all the way down the sculpture, but I can't quite lift it up to show you guys because this thing is just, it's all wax-based clay. This stuff is very fragile. I have toothpicks here holding up the individual sets of fins. But look at this, man. Look at the size of this thing. You know what here? Let me make a quick jump cut, and I'm going to get a better angle as to how huge this thing really is. Look at how cool! Oh my god. I just detached this from my camera mount that I have on my board here. And so you guys are getting a sneak peek of my setup, which isn't much. I'm still small for out here. I'm still small YouTube, but with viewers like you guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this, because this thing, look at that. It just goes forever. Let's see if I can get the whole thing into the shot there. Oh my god, I can. Look at that. And just to give some details, as you can see, like I did with the head sculpt, I got all the teeth under here. Got that one a little bit messed up. There we go. Got all the teeth under here. I had to mix the colors. I had to mix a little bit of gray with a little yellow and brown in order to get this color correct. I got the eyes right there. The eyes are basically the same as the adult Gargantuan Leviathan from the very first model that Space Cat Creations, the actual mod team that are involved with making this. They're planning on putting this in the game, and if you want to see, I know IGP, he put out a video not too long ago that I'll leave it down in the description, by the way, if you want to see that video, where he is actually playing a modded version of Subnautica where he does the de-extinction mods, and where he actually plays with the Gargantuan Leviathan, at least the initial model, in the game. And look at this, man. I got, with a part 2, I put the individual scales on each one of the tentacles. Each one of the tentacles, they all individually, let me flip these around here, just to show you I'm not kidding. I'm taking this seriously. Each one of these has the bioluminescence underneath of them, because when the creature attacks or when it sees prey, it lights up with all of this red. At least it does on the initial model. The final model, I'm still not sure. But if the final model changes, hell, I may have to make this again. I hope not. This thing took me a while. And but it lights up. You see, it's got all of these individual dots that go all the way down the body. And the idea is that the creature is meant to coil around its prey and either put it into shock or even constrict it, almost like a snake. I mean, this thing is essentially a giant... This thing is a giant snake. Imagine a snake, that's the size of, 4 skyscrapers combined. 2,000 meters long this creature's supposed to be. I mean, this thing really is biologically impossible. I don't know if a creature like this ever truly existed. I couldn't even imagine. And this is about the best way that I could film it, just so that I could get this for you guys. And once again, thank you so much for your patience, for all of you. I want you to smash the like button, seriously. And I want you guys to share this with everyone. This is the video that I know a lot of you have been waiting for, and I'm so stoked to see you guys have been so... I mean, it's so humbling. It's so humbling to get people who say that my channel's underrated, that my channel should be bigger than this, and with your guys' help, I'm just a dude making clay videos on the internet. With your guys' help, this can become something so much more, and I would love for this to become something more. I would love to do massive sculpts like this in the future, because how many other people have done this, huh? I can tell you, only one person. Me. I don't mean to gloat, but I am really proud of this. This sculpture, I'm never going to let this thing go away. This thing is so cool, and this thing took me a while. I had to get the clay. I had to purchase the clay on Amazon, and it took a while for it to show up. I posted a review video on it not too long ago, and then I had all the red already, but then I had to get the toothpicks, and I had to basically follow the design that I was given, at least with the current model. Let's see it from the front. Holy crap, look at how long that is. We'll do another Spaceball 1 tracking shot. So it starts out with the head, goes to the tentacles, like so. And then you got the tentacles that go out to the end, to each one of these individual flippers. Then you got the first set of 6 fins. Then you have the second set of 6 fins. And then you have the third set. And then you have the tail at the end. I just love the fact that I got this, that I got the individual bioluminescence, especially with this little tassel on the end. Because if you see, let me show this real quick. If you see the similarities of the Shadow Leviathan, I mean, here's the Shadow Leviathan sculpture that I made. I've kept it. Haven't messed it up, but as you can see, it's got the same sort of red dots, and it has that little tassel on the end, as you can see. So I sort of replicated that with the Gargantuan. Sort of giving it the same idea. But look at this thing, man. This thing is so huge. Now, if of course, the Shadow Leviathan is not as big as the Gargantuan, of course. This thing is way smaller. I mean, in all honesty, the Shadow Leviathan would probably end up fitting easily inside of his mouth. It would be a snack for this guy, for the Gargantuan. I mean, they don't call it the Gargantuan Leviathan for no reason. But thank you all so much for watching this. I wish I could film this in a better way, but I may take some better photos of it in the future. Let's get another long size shot. Look at that. There it is. The Gargantuan Leviathan 2.0. Thank you so much for everyone who've watched. Thank you so much for getting me to 200 subs. Let's blow those numbers out the door with this video. I would love to see people just totally enthralled with this. Because your guys' comments are so humbling when people say that my channel is underrated, when they say that I should have more subs. Share this, and those subscribers will come. I thank you all so much for your support. I mean, I would not. Part of this is you guys. You guys helping this channel to become successful. I would love to be able to do more with stuff like this in the future. I mean, imagine if I remade this sculpture, but maybe not remade, but it just took me a while. But in the future, I would love to do things like live streams. I would love to do some longer videos, maybe more tutorials. I've done a few in the past, but I know some of them may be a little too long. But this is going to get huge. I mean, quite literally. So with that, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. God, I can barely fit it in the shot. That's probably going to be the thumbnail. So, oh man, I'm so stoked about this. This is so cool. I got a lot more sculptures coming up. And I got some more, like as far as Subnautica is concerned, I got the Ice Worm coming up. I have the Ghost Leviathan. That's going to be another big one. I may do another premiere video for the Ghost Leviathan. That would be cool. Because that's a well-known Leviathan, especially for it being in the void. Where this is going to be, the adult Gargantuan is going to be in the void as well. And I've got plenty more sculptures coming from many other mediums. Mainly, I got the sculpture for the alien. I have another sculpture for the alien that I'm doing. You more than likely saw the adult, but I'm going even bigger than that, so stay tuned. And once again, I'm just a dude making sculptures on the internet. It's you guys who are entertained and hopefully inspired by my work, and I greatly appreciate all of you for watching this. But let's bump those numbers up, huh? Let's see where this can go. Let's make some noise with a sculpture like this on YouTube. But with that, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on the next Subnautica-based sculpture showcase.